everyone, so I've been really wanting to do this video for this Instagram channel, and it's kind of something for everybody, and it's basically I just wanted to go through some tips for anybody that wants to live a little bit of a happier life. And I think at the moment, with things that are going on in the world, and I think everyone can agree, it's a little bit of a daunting time, and I just kind of wanted to create this video for everybody just to spread a little bit of positivity, something for everyone maybe to think about, maybe to work on. And I myself have been working on this for quite a while, and it's a journey for me, and I just think anybody who's interested can maybe click on this video and hopefully take something positive from it. So I've made some notes, so I'm sorry for looking off in this direction, but it'll kind of just guide me through exactly what I wanted to say to make sure I cover everything. So you've probably clicked on this video because you saw the title and you want to live a happier life, and I think this is very important for everybody, and some people don't really know how they can change their life around. But I think the main point to start off with is you do need to be open-minded, and this is something that can benefit you in a really, really huge way if you allow it to. So that's one thing that you do need to be, is open-minded. So I'm going to start off with my points, and hopefully you enjoy, and feel free to leave any questions below and I'll get straight to them. So to start off with, so happiness comes from within. Just to make it clear, no amount of money or material objects can bring you the same amount of happiness that you can have and build and grow from within. And I think this is a really important pointer, because this sort of gets unravelled with the rest of the things I'm going to say. And just so you know, happiness does come from within, and it has to come from you. No outside being or material object will be able to fulfill a void if you do feel like there is a void. And it's fine, we all have that feeling at some point in our lives, and some for longer periods than others, but there's something we can do about that, so not to worry. So you're probably wondering, well, how do we create this happiness and how do we make sure that it lasts? And it's not a quick fix at all. Let me just say, it's not a quick fix. There are some things that you can do for short quick fixes, which relates more to like material objects, buying things when you don't feel and you just want to get like a quick fix. We can obviously go out and buy material things and things like that, but if you're looking for long lasting happiness, it does come from within, and I'm going to show you some tips and things that you can do and think about, and see how it fits into your lifestyle and how you live your life. Our happiness comes from ourselves, our experiences, the people that we love, our friends, and anyone that we can have a healthy connection with within our lifetime. They're the things that will bring us the most joy and happiness within our lives. So I'm just going to take you through my points. So the first point is you have to be in a constant state of awareness. And how to do this, or at least be able to correct yourself when you recognise that you're off path with your goals, achievements, and the things that bring you joy. If you feel sort of disconnected with that, we need to be able to be aware and recognise our behaviours in those times, and be able to think about, okay, what can I do in this situation that's actually going to help me? Because sometimes what we do is we act on defence rather than offence. So we can act on guilt, on fear, on anger, and ultimately that lowers our vibration as a person. So all that we are, we're made of carbon, we're just vibrations, so we can actually throw off our own balance by reacting to things negatively, and like I say, reacting to things on defence mode rather than actually thinking about things in a more logical way and acting on offence instead. So that's sort of the main part, and you will fail. So we're only human at the end of the day. We will fail at these sort of things, and it just takes time and practice and perseverance and patience, and you should want to be that sort of mindset for yourself, because at the end of the day you should want what's best for you, and I'm sure your friends and family would want what's best for you as well. So that's the first one. I hope that sort of makes sense, but it'll probably make more sense as I go on. My second point is, as long as you're in line with the thing that you want, whether it be a goal, short-term or long-term goal, whether you're on sort of stepping stones to your main goal, whatever it is you're working on, you need to be aligned with the thing that you want, and you will get it. And what I mean by that is related to the law of attraction. And if you don't know about the law of attraction, I highly recommend looking into it. And there's so many books out there, and podcasts and audio books that you can read and listen to, and it will just seriously change your life, and just really allow you to look at things in a different way, in a different perspective, and it's just really interesting. So with the law of attraction, it's working whether you believe in it or not. So it's like gravity. So if you go to walk off the edge of a cliff, you don't question gravity. You know it's there, you'll fall, you're going to have a horrible accident. So if you don't question the law of gravity, why question the law of attraction? And what this is if you align yourself with your goals, and how to do this is through meditation, manifestation, affirmations, believing, and also aligning your actions along with your beliefs. And the more that you think about it, and the things that you want daily, sort of on a repeat cycle in the morning when you wake up, before you go to bed, the more that you think about those things, you'll start to see coincidences that flow within your experience, aligned with your thoughts and your desires. So it's a real thing, and when you start to actually experiment with it, you'll be surprised and shocked at what will actually come into your life. So it's an amazing thing. Once you're actually aware of what it is, you'll start to see things within your daily experiences. So that is the second point, making sure you're aligned with what you want, and you're doing the actions to get you there. So there's no point of thinking about, oh, I really want to, I don't know what it is, whether it's a material thing or it's a job you're looking at, a new career path, anything like that. If you're thinking about those things but you're not necessarily doing the actions to get there, whether you're not studying or applying to jobs or whatever it may be, you won't necessarily see those coincidences, and the law of attraction may not bring you those things. Or if you're thinking negatively about it and thinking, oh, I'm not going to get this job, or I'm not going to get this but I really want it, the universe will give you what you desire. So if you're desiring the fact that you may not get this, or etc. and so on, whatever situation it is, that is what the universe is going to respond to. You need to be on a frequency with what you want, positive energy, and that will manifest, and that will manifest whether it's positive or negative. So you want to make sure you're aligned 24/7 as much as possible. I mean, it's not, we've got to sleep and do other things with our lives, but as long as you're aware that this is in the background and it's working, you'll be just fine. So the third one's kind of just a piece of advice, and I think we probably all hear this quite often, and it's sort of just to say, be confident in what you are, who you are, what you want to be, whatever it is that you're interested in. And as long as you're confident in what you speak, you can be whoever you want to be. It's as simple as that. I mean, fear can get in the way of so many different things that we want, truly want. The fear of failing, the fear of not being accepted, the fear of, there's so many different ways that fear can just ruin experiences for us before they've even happened. So it's just important to just remind yourself that we only have one short life, and if you can make a difference to one person's life, you know, often we give information and advice to people that we wouldn't take ourselves, and you should think about that when you're not giving yourself the credit or confidence that you really could do with having, because not everybody is confident, and I feel like there should be, because we're all here to experience life to the maximum potential and to do what we want to do. Yet there's horrible people in the world that will judge you and this sort of thing, but that usually stems from jealousy, and you know, they're the kind of people that haven't done what they wanted to do with their life, so they're jealous to see you do the things that you want to do with your life, and that's where it sort of stems from. And again, we should treat these kinds of people with love, because they're the ones that need it the most, and I think that's important as well. Yeah, I mean, overall, just wrapping that bit up, the secret is don't care what anybody thinks about what you do, and you should always try and unlock that child in you, because that is the one that wants to play, that is the one that wants to do things, that is the one that wants to live without fear, and it's just, that's how you're going to be able to pursue the things that you want without having fear. And it's a difficult one because it's not something that happens overnight, and it is something you have to work on, but little by little you'll become such a more confident person. And I think it's just, if you look at it from that sort of mindset, you will be just fine. My fourth tip is, again, quite a simple one. Don't compare yourself. You don't need to see what the competition is doing. Yeah, it's good to check them out, but you should only compare your progress to your own. And I think that's just so important, because the more you're checking in on what everybody else is doing, you're slowing your own progress down, because you're not giving yourself the chance to see opportunities that could be right in front of you whilst you're looking at what everyone else is doing. And sometimes looking what everybody else is doing doesn't instill confidence in you all the time, because it makes you feel like you're not doing enough, and it just has a domino effect on your productivity. Oh my God, I can't say that word. So yeah, don't compare yourself to other people. Right, so my fifth one is write things down, no matter how small. Your ideas, your thoughts, it doesn't matter how silly you may find writing it down. I mean, with actual pen and paper as well, not in your phone, because everything's digital nowadays, so it's just easy to be like, yeah, write it down my phone. That is good, but if you can write it down on paper with a pen or a pencil, whatever you want, this will help you with manifesting what you want and your goals, which ultimately will lead you to more happiness. When you're fulfilling your goals, you'll feel happier in yourself, and it's just an overall thing. So yeah, so this will help you with manifesting and keep your desires within your consciousness, so that you're aligned and able to receive them. And I think that's just a really key point. If you can do this as much as possible, I mean, I've written notes down when I've been in the middle of work, busy day, and I've had something come to my mind, and like my brain's constantly going in the back just whilst I'm doing things. And make sure you get those ideas down, because sometimes they're your best ideas and they can be golden. And don't be shy, like write an essay if you really want to, get all the details down, because our brains love detail. So the more you can explain it, the better, and you will manifest those, because it's just going to be amazing. Right, okay, moving on. So number 6. So this one kind of delves into your subconscious and your consciousness, which is kind of what I just touched on. So most people nowadays, especially with how busy life is, especially if you live in a big city, anything like that, we're surrounded by people that are just constantly working non-stop. Some don't really put their needs first, and they're just constantly, you know, chasing goal after goal and not necessarily putting their health and well-being first. So what I was going to say was, most people operate on autopilot. So our reality what we live, see around us right now, at home and things like this, and our friends and our family. Our reality is a picture and an experience of the habits and thoughts that we hold on to and what we relive through our memories. So from ourselves, this is things that we pick up from our surroundings, and that's why it's so important to choose who you hang around with carefully. They say that you become like the people that you hang around with, and it is so true, because people rub off on you without you even realising, and those things will go into your subconscious, and you'll play them out throughout your life and your experiences. So you want to make sure you're hanging around with people, and you've got people in your circle, or at least people that you can talk to, or a person that have similar mindset to you, similar goals, anything like that, where you can just be yourself and be able to explore things that you may not necessarily explore with other sets of people, like your work friends or whatever it may be. So making sure that you've got those people around you. And if you don't have those people, reach out to people. You can go on LinkedIn, you can find people within your sector that you work in, or find people with the same hobbies as you. Instagram's a brilliant platform if you want to find people through hashtags, or brands that you follow. You can go in there, followers, and see. There's lots of different ways that you can look at it. So you can ask yourself, do your habits and your surroundings align with your goals and who you want to be? If not, there is a way that you can change that, and realisation is the first step. Without realisation, things don't tend to change, and you will be stuck in ruts or cycles. It may feel like Groundhog Day. Like, realisation is the first step, and I feel like this video could be the first step, because I'm talking about this and making you realise, and yeah, here we are. Yeah, so realisation is your first step to solving any of these problems. And meditation is a powerful state that can help you clear your mind. Now, most people think that meditation is where you sit like this, you fold your legs, and you make sure your brain's thinking about nothing, which is completely not true. So what meditation is, and what it can do for you, is once you're in a state where, maybe try and find a quiet area so you can sit and be with your own thoughts. And it's important for us because it allows us the time and the breathing space to actually think about how the day's gone, how the week's gone, how the year's gone, whatever it may be for you, and what's relevant to you. But it allows us to think about how we react to things. Like in the morning, maybe somebody, you'd say your child, forgot his shoes or something like that, and you feel like you've got a bit annoyed at him because you were rushing, doing other things, and it gives us a chance to actually evaluate these things and think about how we can do those differently, because little things like that make up it makes up our mood and emotions, and it affects the way that we live our lives. And the realisation of being in that state of mind and thinking, okay, yeah, so that's how I felt when I did that, and that's how I felt when I did that, and this is how it could have gone differently, being able to think and just bring yourself into the picture with nobody else around is just such a powerful thing. And I think a lot of people are missing out on this, and it is very, very important, especially in my life. I do it like 24/7. It's sort of like a something I do unconsciously, subconsciously, and I'll do it 24/7. I'm always thinking about things. My brain does not stop. Okay, but yeah, I just think it's just really important, and everybody should have at least the knowledge and facts to be able to actually introduce it into their own lives, because it's important. And yeah, so it's about giving your brain the chance to actually be still and analyse carefully the things that you're finding to be pain points in your life. So humans are made up of carbon, but made up of stardust, right? We have the ability in this life to feel emotions, and That's how we navigate through our life, through our experiences, through emotions, and be able to feel things. We have pain, we have love, we have all the things in between. And we need to give ourselves that break where we can just analyse properly, because things can be just so rushed. So meditation can really help you calm your anxiety, and if we don't control our emotions, they can get the better of us, which can lead to an unhappy life. So it can help change our state of being. We can develop the understanding and inner standing of why we react in certain ways to certain situations. And this has really helped me personally to heal over things that have happened to me throughout my life up to yet. And through meditating often and finding patterns and being at one with yourself, you can slowly over time give yourself the opportunity to change your outlook on small negatives and pain points in your life, which can give you a much higher state of being, happiness and prosperity, which is what we want. Okay guys, I feel like that one was quite a lengthy one, but I hope you took something from it. And this is tip number 7. Sorry, I'm not quite done just yet. Get back in here. So the final one, I just wanted to give a final tip. And this is that motivation is an absolute lie. It's a lie to us all. Motivation does not exist, right? So people will say, oh, I'll wait until I feel ready, or the time is right, etc. and so on. But the truth is, you'll never feel ready. You'll never feel ready. It's never going to happen. So the trick is to do things when you feel that passion, you have an idea. If you have an idea and you really want to do something, it's a goal you've been thinking about for ages, or you may have even been thinking, you know, over the year that I really want to do this, really want to do this, really want to do this, and it gets to the end of the year and you're like, I didn't do it. Why didn't I do it? And usually 9 times out of 10, it's the little voice in the back of our head that's like, you're not good enough. It's not, this isn't good enough, it's not perfect enough, there's somebody doing it already, all these things, which was why meditation can help with that and make us think differently about things. But yeah, the trick is when you feel that passionate energy spark in you, when you've been thinking of an idea, go and do it. What you can do is count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your head, just after you've had your idea, and just get up. Once you've hit 1, you need to get up and just go and do whatever it is. When you just get in the car, try not to let things get in the way between that. So for example, if you need to get ready, do your makeup, or whether you need to go and buy some materials for whatever you're going to do, or try not to let things get in the way. If you can go straight to the goal and do it, amazing. If you do need to do things in between, just try and make sure you've got that in your head and try not to get distracted, because you want to be able to discipline yourself, and that is going to be the only way that you're going to be able to reach things, is by discipline. And that is one way that you can get around it, is by counting down from 5 to 1 and just getting up. I was going to say getting off your ass, getting up and going for it. If you happen to miss the moment, say you're in the middle of a restaurant and you're eating a meal, or you know, it's just not the right time, but you've had this idea, write it down again, write it down in as much detail as possible, because our brains absolutely love detail. So write it down as much as you can on paper if possible, but if not, whack it in your phone. And when you have time, come back to it. If you can come back to that note and you're in the same place that you were before, say you're standing in the middle of your kitchen or whatever you were doing, if you can be in the same place when you're reading your note again and you're trying to get yourself in the right same frame of mind to bring back the energy, if you can be in the same setting that you were, that you had the original idea, that's even better. But don't worry if not, because our brain remembers places and things. So people and places, our brains will remember, and will remember memories. So you've probably had it before where you've been in a certain place and it's brought back a memory, right? So we can use that to actually spark back our energy and thoughts in what we're doing and get ourselves excited again. And then we can be at the most optimal state to go achieve this goal, whatever this is on the paper. Yeah, so if you can be in the same room, you'll feel excited all over again, and you'll have the opportunity to go and complete that goal at the most optimal energy for what you need. So that brings us to the end of my tips. I suppose they're tips, they're kind of tips. I mean, let's instill confidence in ourselves. So that brings us to the end. I really hope you took something from this. I know it's a very long video, but I feel like these points are just so important, and they're things that I've picked up over the last few weeks. Like they've always been about, but I feel like I wanted to collate them together and be able to share them. So having the beauty of having Instagram, you can just share whatever you want. So yeah, I hope somebody, or at least one of you guys, enjoyed this, and there may be more, I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to do this one to be like the introduction, because I'm not actually showing my face on this page, so here I am. But there's going to be a lot more videos coming. I want to be able to share some designs and be able to help some of you that have got issues with kitchen, bathroom designs, any interior design, things like that. If you want to know any more about me, just send me a message. I'll respond to my DMs all the time. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.